Masters themselves. We're back with Jay Lenora. All right, Jay, we've had some great conversation, and there's a
Indeed.
topic that you talk about,
Mm-hmm.
all right, that I think 99.99999% of the people,
Yes.
all right,
Amen,
have
brother.
to deal with on a daily
Mhm.
basis, all
Yes.
right? And then this is the levels of frustration: managing, accepting, guiding, leading, developing. How about eradicating? All right, levels
That's
of
my
frustration.
mission.
There you go. That's a mission itself to
It is.
eradicate frustration. All righty, globally, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. How's that sound? Right.
It's true. And I can do it.
Let's talk about this because you work with a lot of different types of groups. All right, and people themselves on this level of frustration. First, let's identify it. All right, where's it come from? Okay, and who is really experiencing the most of this?
Well, it literally is what you said. It's everyone. Now, my field is in the workplace
Okay,
primarily,
good.
although all the principles can be applied and are applied to personal lives as well. And I get that a lot. People say, I came here for my business. I'm leaving with a better family and maybe even a saved marriage.
Good.
And of
Superb.
course, that makes me even happier, honestly.
Sure, exactly.
But yes, I really am. I have a mission. I hate unnecessary stress. And most stress is caused by frustration with other people.
Good.
And that is caused by not understanding what are the intentions of other people.
Sure.
We don't perceive them aright. And I think there is an easy way. There's one question you can ask anybody, and the answers they give, and it's going to be 3 little words that they tell you, will give you all the information you need to work with them, deal with them, marry them if you want to. but it's passionate and it's powerful.
Sure. Says people themselves reach these level of frustrations, and you're right. I think what you said earlier too, as well, it could lead to some devastation personally.
Absolutely.
All right, and I said with these frustrations themselves, people themselves have gotten out of their businesses, gotten away from, realize themselves as another portion, another end already, or another way of looking at this. Okay, because I think we reach saturation, reach a pinnacle point itself where it really takes us over the edge to say, okay, look, I think I've had enough. Okay.
Absolutely.
So the clientele, people themselves you work with, what level did they reach? Devastation?
Yes, sometimes. But I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson, the famous American writer, that says most men lead lives of quiet desperation.
Sure, right.
And I think that most people are like that. They're trying to make do when they could have, frankly, Camelot.
Right.
And it's just a little tweak. It's one little insight into other people that will give you that. But yes, it can certainly easily go from that kind of discomfort and disquiet to I've had enough.
That's
And
right.
that's where you get the blow-ups in the workplace, is where you get lack of communication. People go siloed.
Sure, right,
I'll
exactly.
deal with my stuff. You stay over there, and
Exactly,
never
yeah.
will we communicate. And of course, ultimately, turnover,
Yeah, without a doubt.
which is hugely expensive.
People not satisfied in doing what they do. You got to love what you do what you love. Okay?
Absolutely.
And so, I think it's, and the additional piece out here, I think people themselves see frustration at different levels. And it's, oh, no, I'm frustrated. I'm not fine. Everything else like this, I often said out there, and I joke around with it too as well. If it wasn't for people, I'd probably have a better day.
Right. Right.
But I'm just thinking itself, the level of how we bridge communication, okay, on this, I think is going to be extremely important to managing those levels of frustration.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So how do
people
we work with that?
yearn, actually, let's be honest, people yearn for happy, enjoyable, productive work. They want to come to work and, frankly, like the people that they're working with.
This is key.
They want synergy. And I'm telling you, you can have that. It's not that difficult. That's the good news. And the other thing is, people think that, well, maybe the frustration has taken so long to build up in me
Right.
that the answer must take time.
Right.
No, instant boom.
There's no magic bullet for this, is there?
Yeah, there is.
All right. What is
got
it? To get it. Give it to me.
Well, there are a lot of interesting things that you should know about people that will help you.
Good.
But if you have limited time,
Okay.
the one question is this. You ask someone, in 3 words, how would you most like other people to describe you?
Okay.
Now, you notice I didn't ask, how are they currently describing you?
Right.
That could be a whole nother thing.
That's a game changer right there.
But how do you want people to perceive you?
Right.
And you ask them to really think this through, because you want specificity. You
Right.
don't want someone to give you a general word like nice,
Right.
because that doesn't tell you. Nice because of what? Because you're empathetic,
Hmm.
because you're dependable,
Right.
because you're encouraging, you're positive.
Sure.
What exactly is it? But in those three words, people have told you what personal success looks like, feels like, and smells like to
Right.
them.
Exactly.
And so they become extremely predictable and also easy for you to motivate in
Yeah.
a win win, synergetic way, not in a
Sure.
manipulative way.
Sure.
It allows you to know exactly what they are likely to do,
Right.
both the good things
Right.
that desire of being perceived that way will prompt them to do the good things, but also the ways in which they might make mistakes, the
Right.
temptations.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you can coach them, you can advise them before they go off the cliff or before they irritate you or other people.
Right.
And so it's very powerful. It's where you know how to take the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would probably also kind of coin it to the fact of self. What would they say at my eulogy about me? Okay. Not that
Well,
I'm going here so quick, all right, but I'm saying, what would they say? How would they characterize who was the person I was, or who the person I
yes.
was?
Yes,
And that's a deep dive for a lot of folks.
it is. But I'll tell you, most people will answer that, and they'll answer it truthfully
Okay.
because you're giving them the opportunity to paint their best life
Monet,
answer,
right? Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And so it also allows people that feel like they've been misunderstood
Sure.
to finally get an opportunity to wipe that slate clean and even say, maybe I've made some mistakes and I've been misperceived in a bad way, but this is what I'm really am.
Right.
And then that empowers you, if you're a good person and you want to help them,
Sure.
to actually set them up for the success that they want.
Sure. How do they reach you? When they reach you itself, are they reaching you at despair? Are they reaching you itself at a level of that's so much frustration, or do they realize it along the way itself? Things are getting a little bit too crazy. It
I
could be
think
all the above, for all I know.
it is, it
You know.
is. But I think that, a lot of times I'm called in by leadership
Good.
who are getting frustrated at their people.
Burned up and burned
And
out.
and they are, and they're also seeing frustration in the staff at one another, and
Right.
it's causing decrease in communication and synergy and all those things. And so they realize if we don't do something dramatic and quickly,
Right.
this could really go off the rails. And that's what I'm known for. Let's get in there and do it quick. Instant insight.
Mm.
That's what I'm called, the instant insight woman.
Good deal. Love it. Love it. Love it. Your groups themselves, is it more women based, men based, cross culturally,
I'm an equal
generational?
opportunity
There you
pleaser.
go. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, it's because of what I'm teaching.
Good.
It's so applicable.
Okay.
So there's really nobody of any age or you know type
Sure.
that does not this doesn't resonate instantly with.
Sure. 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 Without a doubt. You had alluded to the fact itself that you have a book.
Yes,
Okay. And what's the title of the book?
instant insight.
Instant Insight. Got it.
15 questions to great relationships.
All right.
The question I just told you about, of course, is number one,
Okay. Good.
because everything can really be
Stem
established
from.
from
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then there are also very specific questions. It's nice to know if somebody likes a cat or if they like a certain sports team. That's fine. But we need to know certain things about people that really will make a difference in our relationship.
Characteristics.
Yeah, I'll
How
give
they
you an
work,
easy
grow in these
example.
groups. Please
Pet peeve.
go.
I should know your pet peeve and you should know mine.
Right.
And here's why. What is a pet peeve?
Right.
A pet peeve is something that irritates you,
Yep.
but a lot of things irritate people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an irritant that causes an instantaneous, almost uncontrollable negative emotion that bile is like bile that bubbles up and it spews out. And even as you're doing this,
Hmm.
this is not the way to win friends and influence people,
Sure.
but I
Right.
can't help it. Now,
Infectious.
I want to ask you something.
Please.
What is the only thing on the face of this earth that can rile up people and cause them to do things that they know are counterproductive to their own good?
Mm-hmm.
They know it and they cannot help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
A feeling of disrespect.
There you go. I got you.
So, pet peeve gives you a window into how someone views disrespect.
Sure.
And that's the one thing everybody wants. They want to be respected. But respect is just like beauty, it's in the eye of the
Mm.
beholder.
Yep.
And so, I always give the example. I was raised to say sir and ma'am to
Yeah.
show respect.
Exactly. Right.
But many people have told me, yeah, me too, Jay Lenore. And you know what? I've said it, and someone has been very offended.
Mm.
So it shows you that well-intentioned people
Right.
can make these mistakes and have no intentionality behind it.
Sure.
So, and there's all other questions like, how does someone want to be recognized? How do they learn best?
Right.
How do they like to brainstorm? How do they think, problem solve? Do they need to speak with another person
Right.
and throw the ideas up on the
Right.
proverbial
Right.
wall?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or do they say, wait a minute, I'm going to go over here and think by myself and then come back and tell you what I done thought?
Right. Yeah.
But if you don't understand that, think about that. Think of a supervisor who, well meaning, wants to coach someone.
Sure.
If they are a brainstormer, they'll say, well, sit right on down. We'll hash it
Yeah.
out.
Right. Exactly.
And the person's freezing and
Sure.
feels on the spot. They need to be allowed to go. You got to know these things about your people.
Sure. Communicate with them, and find just a little bit more about, all right, where the level of frustration may open. Find out where it lies, and maybe there's some kind of disposal port for it. So
It is.
that's good.
I must tell you, I get great joy
Mm,
from what I do
good.
because I see people that walk into a room,
Uh-huh.
their walls up, there's tension. I don't know all the background, but I can sense it. I can tell it.
Right.
And literally, in about an hour of the team sharing their perspectives, their answers to these questions, I have literally had people stand up in the middle of this and with tears streaming down their face, walk to each other, hug each other, said, I had no idea. I'm
Yeah.
so
Right.
sorry. I did not understand that
Sure.
that's
Right.
how
I
I
see.
was coming
I
across.
can see that. Right. Without a doubt. Miss J. Lenore,
Yeah.
how do people reach you? Because this is extremely interesting for especially this group here. Okay, for NSA and folks themselves of that nature, and especially those themselves, entrepreneurial, corporate America, and those, because that level of frustration reaches us all. Okay, with those,
Absolutely.
how do people reach you? Because I'm sure they want to know more about
Yes.
what you got.
Well, my website is
All
pretty
right.
much a one-stop shop.
Okay.
You can watch videos, you can
Good.
see
Love it.
all my offerings, my cell phone's on there, my email, all of
Good.
that. It's my name. It's
Okay.
jlenorabresler.com. So
Good.
that's JLenorabresler.com. I tell people one S, one L, because there's only one me.
J. Lenora Bresler, it's been my honor and distinct pleasure to have you at the studios here
Oh,
at Thrive. All right. I want to
what
thank
a
you
pleasure.
very much. And I wish you all the power and the level of success, all right, to eliminate and eradicate frustration forever and ever. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.
And guys, we're signing out GMS in the studios. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.